A typical girl who uses Tinder on a daily basis only swipes right to just 4% of the profiles she sees every day, whereas a male counterpart may swipe more than 60% of the girls. About 78% of Tinder users are male, whereas the rest 22% are females. What does all this data prove? Well, what that means in practice, as any sane person can tell, is that females, though are less in number, still receive more matches than men, and men, though more in number, receive less. And in the middle of it all is a single guy striving to find the perfect match for his life, looking for someone who's just his type, who'd like to hear his despair and heal him, who'd cry with them and for them, someone who's going to help them through the various stages of life, someone who's going to help them fight this never-ending loneliness in the dark world we live in. That's you. Someone who's sold on the idea that you have a chance to meet a stranger who's interested in you and would like to hang out for fun, when in fact you should be out in the grass working with people living the daily atrocities of life, looking for a personality like your personality, instead of looking for a face to like your face and then make out. You're told you're gonna meet someone on here. You're told you'll get to meet the love of your life. You're told this is the right place to find love. You're told this is the right place to start a new beginning. Already a loser who can't get enough social interaction from Instagram and Facebook, or in college or office already. You're attracted that you'll find someone attractive who will think that you're attractive. And then, days pass, weeks pass, months pass. You're scrolling on the app endlessly, looking at cute photos of the opposite sex and trying to attract the people who attract you towards them. Finding sex on Tinder has been as easy as swiping on one side or the other. That's it, and that's what makes it more addictive. It's kind of like the famous TikTok addiction algorithm. You see a TikTok video, consume the content for like 10 seconds, laugh a little or gain valuable information, and then swipe down for the next one. That's it. If you use an app like TikTok for the first time and you start scrolling, you'll feel just how boring most of the videos are, but you still find yourself unable to get away with it, and then again swiping down after the next video. I'm talking about a time when you're new to the app and still not seeing your preferable content. Just imagine how harmful and addictive it becomes when your preferable content starts showing up. And that's the same on Tinder. You see a photo of a face smiling, maybe you like it, and then you swipe right, or else you swipe next. Whatever you swipe, then comes the next picture. You don't even feel that you're constantly judging women, fantasizing about a perfect relationship or a perfect married life with hundreds of women at once. It's this easiness which has made it so popular, since people can just swipe on it for about 5 minutes and then continue about on their office work as their lunch break ends. Your brain releases a chemical called dopamine, which stimulates the motivation for an upcoming achievement. To keep it simple, imagine working on a project and you're writing the last page of the project. Everything else is complete and you know all this pain and suffering is going to end soon. Most of all, you're satisfied that you worked so hard and you feel like you're going to be the best in the class. When you're on that last page thinking about the appraisals you foresee, that's when you should know that your brain is filled with dopamine. Just like that, when you're swiping constantly over chic girls, when you're watching self-help or love guru videos about how flirting is done online, about how you should text and reply to get a girl, you feel a sense of achievement. You feel like you're learning new things, making mistakes, correcting them on your own on the next conversation, and then finally moving forward over to find the love of your life. That's the same process as learning a new craft, like singing or writing or dancing or something else, where you perfect your craft at every step and learn something new. But that's definitely not the case. At each and every step, you're gaining useless information. Remember, if the future of humanity resides inside the screens, just remember that the present surely doesn't. All this flirting that you do on these apps doesn't show the real you. They only show your words. They don't show your tone, your personality, how you walk, speak, move, think about things, what ideologies you believe in, what you think is right or wrong, what you think is the meaning of life, what you think is best for humanity, all of which makes you unique as a person. You're just playing an online game, but with real life implications. I guess we all know when real life meets games. So we now know about the dopamine, the addiction due to the swipe, but there's one more thing at play in this app, one which impacts your life the most. And now, before I start blathering on in this monotonous video again, let me ask you a question. Why do you think you can find your perfect match on a dating app like Tinder when the business knows that you'll eventually stop using the app once you've met the one? This is a real business strategy that is mostly unheard of. Most businesses provide goods and services to the customers, but the consumers leave once they've acquired what they've required. Therefore, they tend to provide more services and defects related to such services so that they can create a chain of the same customers coming back for more services related to the prior ones. That's kind of what Tinder does to make sure you're on their app as long as possible. It's not that they don't show you the ones you think you'd like, okay? It's just that they make sure you're lonely. This dopamine makes sure that you're on their app forever. Now let me explain this in detail. When you chat on their site again and again, advancing forward, gaining knowledge about how it's done, and getting daily doses of dopamine from this, you're addicted to this app. You feel a sense of achievement, and who doesn't want to feel achieved? You feel like you're moving forward. You feel one step closer to your goal than you were yesterday, and this app makes sure you're moving nowhere. You feel lonely. You tried hard, you're getting nowhere. You played by the rules, but you stand in a much worse place than you were before. You still don't have a partner, you just have the experience talking to different people and facing rejection, a type of rejection which doesn't even feel like a real rejection. And it's not even the app's fault that they're moving nowhere. Just think about it. It was your ideology that you thought something magical was gonna happen.